So within Te Ao Māori, and I guess any other cultures around.
All Indigenous cultures.
All Indigenous cultures. So we have, as one passes away, mate atu he te kura, ka haere mai he te kura. So that's a whakatauki. As one passes, a new one shall step up into that role. So during the times where a lot of our elders, they're ready to retire, and so then we're voted into these new generational obligation roles within Te Ao Māori. So all our whānau, it's all paid on aroha. It's our free time that we do outside of our day-to-day life about running the marae, protecting the boundaries within your tribal boundaries, to work as one with the local government as well, to find ways to build within a tikanga space approach. And those vary. Every whānau from every tribe have different generational obligations that they fit into. So for mine, it's naturally just come about sitting on boards and being a face to be there and applying any skills I've learned from the outside world to help our iwi hapu grow, and for those as well to come back home. And that's generational obligations. So although you haven't chosen it, you're just born into it.
Yes. Although I think it's amazing and beautiful and so necessary, do you think for some people that get into that role that they have to do it, can it be confronting for themselves? Because it's a big responsibility, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So at times you will say you don't want to, but the people decide a lot of the time. So even in some of the roles I have declined, but it's up to the collective, and that's the whānau. So the whānau decide based on their skills, because we're all kumara, we're quite humble. We just sit there and we never talk about our strengths. And so it's up to the collective to decide what are our strengths and if we'd be suitable for this role. And so that's how it usually works.
That must be a very humbling experience, being in a room, people looking at you going, so what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Where do you fit in the family going on? Or what can we help? Is there a role earlier on? What can we help you work on so that you can be better suited to more roles later?
And I think it's more, so within, and this is me making assumptions because this is how it's like at ours, is that with our kaumātua, our ruruhi, our koroheke, which refers to our older people, they're quite observant. They know the different skills and attributes that each person within the hapu, the whānau, have. So if you're a young person and you naturally have a gift of oratory at speaking, then you would be groomed to be a speaker on the marae. If you're a person who's great at singing, then you'd naturally be one of the main leads for the kapahaka group. But if you're a hands-on person who likes to be out in the outdoorsy in the dirt, then you'd most likely go along with the group who dig the graves, the grave diggers. If you're a cook and you love cooking and food, then you'd be in the kitchen of the marae, in the wharekai, preparing. If your skill set is communicating and being able to talk with people, then your role might be in the dining area, helping, supporting with setting up the food, greeting people. So everyone has a space on the marae. For my sister and I, it's karanga. So we're really good at being able to tuku our karanga because we've been trained from our aunties and our nannies at the art of karanga, which is opening up the portals, the spiritual portal for everybody to walk through safely onto the marae. So everyone has a space on the marae. Some people it just might be with a tea towel, others it might be just holding space and keeping our older people company.